What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, we are here with my Gladiator again today, and we are finally taking it in for service because I have tried everything and it still clicks. And if you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, this is the fourth video that I'm making in this series, I guess you can call it, of me trying to hunt down what this noise is and trying to get rid of it. And basically, the backstory real quick is when I first got this Jeep in July of 2022, a couple months after getting it, it started to make a clicking noise whenever I was turning at slow speeds inside of like parking lots and just basically, yeah, parking. And I hear it more here because I have an underground garage where I park, and it actually kind of like bounces off the walls and you can hear it more. So I noticed it more. So it basically started clicking. I took it to the dealer. The dealer said, tighten your ball joint nuts. After I looked on the forums and spoke to a couple of other owners, they also said the same thing, tighten your ball joints. So I tightened the ball joints and it went away for about a week or so, and then it came back. And then I told myself, oh, it's nothing to really worry about, nothing to really concern yourself about. A few months went by and it kept doing it, and it started to bother me and it started to get to me. And I ended up having a ball joint press because I was working on my other Jeep. I own a 2001 Jeep TJ as well. So I was working on my TJ, I had a ball joint press, and I figured, okay, let's just buy some ball joints and replace them, and hopefully that gets rid of the noise. So I did that, bought the ball joints, replaced them, didn't get rid of the noise. So after all of that work, all that money spent, I still have the noise. So I said, screw it, let's just go and take it to the dealer and see what they say, and yeah. So I know a lot of people will say, well, you shouldn't have touched it, you shouldn't have done anything, because once you take it to the dealer, now they're not going to want to touch it. So I've spoken to my dealer, I've spoken to the foreman, the head mechanic, and he basically told me it's fine, just bring it in, I'll take a look at it, I'll deal with it for you. It's okay that you've touched it. You shouldn't have, but it's okay, I understand. And he's down to earth and he's a normal guy, and he's going to look at it for me. So I'm hoping that he looks at it, or the tech that he gives it to isn't just gonna go, oh yeah, he replaced the ball joints, it's the ball joints. I hope they actually like get to the root of the problem and figure it out. So that's what we're doing today. So let's go take it to the dealer and let's see what they say. So I'll see if I can get it to make the clicking while we're driving out here, just so you guys can actually hear what I'm talking about. There it is. So there, it clicked once. See if it makes, yeah, there's another one. It was a light one, and there's one. So it does click, it does click. I'm not too sure how well it picks it up on the camera, but it's mostly, you'll hear it more when you're going over something uneven. So right here where we're pulling out, you'll probably hear it real well. And I can usually make that turn, but I guess I'm not paying attention that well because I'm recording. That wasn't it. There, that was it. But yeah, either way, makes a bit of a click, makes a bit of a noise. Hopefully we can solve it and we can get rid of it. And there was a lot of comments on my last few videos that most of you guys have not had this clicking on your Mojaves, your Gladiators, your JLs, Rubicon, Saharas, pretty much any new 2018 and up Jeep. And all of you guys have been basically saying that you guys don't have this noise or you've never experienced it. So that makes me think two things. First thing is, great, that means that we can solve mine and hopefully we can get rid of this noise and it's not going to be an issue. That actually makes me hopeful. Second thing that I'm also thinking is, from as many people that have watched my videos and from as many people that have actually been on the forums, because like when you go on the forums, it's a very, very, very popular topic, this clicking. And it seems to me that a lot of people have this issue. It also seems to me that if you don't drive with the radio off and your window down and actually like you're trying to listen for it, you won't hear it. Even if I turn the radio off and open the window and my girlfriend starts talking or says like anything, any kind of noise, even if a car drives by while I'm trying to listen for it, you won't hear it. It has to be dead silent, window off, window down, radio off, and you gotta be listening for it. Like I'm talking about, like you have to have a mechanic's ear. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I used to be a mechanic. I work on all my own vehicles. So I'm constantly listening for noises, especially when I'm in the underground because it all bounces off the walls. So I'm convinced that if you're a normal everyday driver, you drive with the window up, music on, you'll never hear it. Even if you drive with the window up and the music off, you're not gonna hear it. It sounds like the tires just going over a bump, and it just sounds like normal car noises. But the thing is that I've actually listened for it and investigated it, and I've heard it, and I know that it's not a normal car noise. But I'm telling you, like, if this was my first car and they put me in this thing and they said, here's your first car, go enjoy, I would never in a million years think that's a weird noise. So that's why I'm also convinced that most people drive around with this and they don't even know, or they don't even notice it. That's why I'm also convinced that it's not a big deal and it's nothing serious, and hopefully we can get it solved. But then that also makes me think that it can't be solved, or it can never be solved, because I'm also thinking in the back of my head, everybody has this problem and nobody actually knows about it and nobody notices it, and they just drive around with it, and ignorance is bliss, right? Like, if you don't know that it's happening, then you're not going to be bothered by it, right? So yeah, I don't know, like, I'm going nuts. As you guys can see, I am going insane, because I did not buy this brand new Jeep so that I had to work on it and follow problems and hunt down crap like this. I honestly have a 22-year-old Jeep that I beat the crap out of every single weekend, take it off-roading, take it mudding. I just blew the engine in my last video, or the video that I posted today. I literally just blew up my engine. So yeah, I beat the shit out of that thing. I bought this so that I had a nice, neat, something that drives well, something I can drive every day, something that I don't have to worry about, something that just needs oil, brakes, and gas, and that's it. It hasn't had its first oil change, and here I am hunting down problems. I'm already like $700 deep into buying parts and changing shit, like. So yeah, let's go to the dealer and pray for me that there's some kind of a resolve here, because yeah, literally I'm at the point where if it keeps clicking and it keeps making this noise, I'm gonna go look at the guy and just tell him, like, go get me a brand new one. I want the exact same Jeep, and go get me another one, and I'm trading this one in. Because if you're telling me that you can get one that doesn't click, then send it. Let's go, bring that, because that's what I want. All right, that's enough of my rant. Let's go and let's see what they say. Oh, the lineup is looking pretty good today. They're looking like Skittles out there. I love how they keep adding new colors. They've got the purple this year. That green is nice too, or yellow, or whatever you guys want to call it, the highlighter. Oh yeah. All right, so we're here. I'm gonna park it up and go inside, drop them the keys, and cross my fingers, and let's see. But yeah, they've got some nice vehicles out here. This Earl Grey isn't too bad either. Kind of like that. But I don't see anywhere to park. Let's go around, let's do a lap. Let's see what they got back here. Lots of Rams. Lots of Rams. Guess they got all the heavy duties over here. There's a TRX. Oh, and there's my click. So she is still clicking. Let's see. Ooh, smashy Ram. All right, so at least we know, yeah, it clicks every time you go through a bump or you go on an off kilter, like you turn. So hopefully they can figure it out. Ooh, they even got a Lambo back there. Not bad. All right, I gotta find a spot. So we are gonna leave her here for now. She's just sitting right there, nice and pretty at the front. And they did give me another vehicle to drive for now. This one is an eco diesel, so it will be kind of interesting just to see the difference and to feel how the diesel reacts, because I've never actually driven one of those. But I'm more hoping that they actually figure out what's wrong with my Jeep and we get that figured out and I get mine back. So let's go, let's test out the eco diesel and hopefully we get good news. So I'm not gonna lie, a second ago I was looking in my rearview mirror and I had to take like a double glance, and I'm like, where's the rest of the Jeep? I was so used to driving the Gladiator that I honestly, I'm like looking at it and I thought the mirror was positioned weird and I just couldn't see the rest of the Jeep. But there is no rest of the Jeep. That's it. That's it. Like, it's there. So after driving it for about 10-15 minutes, I will say one thing that I do not enjoy about any diesel, and I've driven many different diesel vehicles, is the turbo lag. I just hate the turbo lag. It's not pleasant, especially when you want to just get out of the way or move and kind of pass somebody or change lanes. you gotta wait for it to spool, and then if you're giving a little bit too much gas, which I always am, it spools up way too hard, and then you're actually flying. And if you don't give enough gas, then you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it to spool, and you're not gonna move anywhere. So I understand that diesels have a lot of power and a lot of torque, and they make a lot of power and a lot of torque down low, and that's great. But I've always enjoyed driving a naturally aspirated gas vehicle just for the fact of the responsiveness and just how smooth and linear the power is and how predictable the power is. And I don't really get used to that exhaust note. The thing sounds like I'm driving a straight truck, which I guess some people like. They love the diesel sound, they love the diesel power, they love everything about diesels, and I guess I'm just not a diesel guy. I'm not hating on it, but it's not my first engine, to be honest. If I had to get another Jeep, I think I might try the 4xe, just for the fact that everything is going electric anyway, and being able to drive around the city here and there and not have to use any gas is nice, because I have a lot of trips where I go do groceries or go pick up my girlfriend from work or go do things around the city where I don't need to go further than about 20 to 30 kilometers or about 25 miles or 20 miles. So whatever the included battery range is would last me in the city for my daily use, and then I would just be able to charge it. The only problem is I have nowhere to charge it. Living in an apartment, I don't have anywhere to plug it in overnight, and that's the issue. I'm not sure if those things will actually charge up enough by themselves while you're driving for it to be usable, or if it's just going to be something where I have like another pain in the ass and have to go drive somewhere and sit somewhere and charge it, which is one of the reasons I haven't bought anything electric. I love Teslas. I've always thought they're awesome cars. I've always thought they're really cool cars, and I've always wanted to experience one, but I don't have the ability to charge it, and I don't feel like going and sitting in a parking lot and charging it for a few hours every week or every couple days or whatever the case may be. I just don't see that being a good use of my time because yeah, who wants to go sit around for hours on end waiting for their car to charge every single week? Well, we're back in the Gladiator, but unfortunately nothing happened. Literally, like, they were a little bit too busy, they didn't have a chance to look at it, so I have to bring it back tomorrow. Yeah, unfortunately we kind of wasted a day. The Jeep sat there all day, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna really complain, because what can I do? Guys get busy and they couldn't look at it. Unfortunately though, I'll have to come back and waste some more time tomorrow, but I guess it's not gonna be wasted time if they figure it out. So let's go, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well guys, day 2 of taking the Jeep to the dealer, and we just got back, and I am a little bit less than enthusiastic about what they told me and about how the whole experience went. So what happened was, they took it for a drive, they found the noise, they figured out the noise, and they ended up telling me that it is the ball joints. And they also ended up telling me that because I replaced them with aftermarket ball joints, they can't warranty it. They can't really do anything to help me with the issue. So since I've already tried replacing the ball joints to help with the issue, they told me if I am willing to pay for them to do the work to put back in Mopar ball joints, so basically the same like stock ball joints, and they will then warranty it, and if there is still any clicking or any issues, they said they'll replace whatever needs to be replaced. If they need to replace the whole front end and the entire axle, they'll do that. But that they have to first put in the stock Mopar ball joints back in. So I kind of said, screw it, let's bite the bullet and let's just go for it. Let's put the stock ball joints back in. They quoted me $2,500. So not only did I spend the 500 or almost 6 on the Synergy ball joints, I'm gonna have to spend now another 1,000 in parts and then 1,500 in labor. So yeah, not fun. It is my fault on that. But the reason that I changed them myself was I went to the dealer the first time. They told me it was a TSB, tighten the ball joints, and it should go away. I tightened them, it didn't go away. I tightened them a second time, it still didn't go away. So I figured, okay, if it's the ball joints, I'll replace them, because if I go to the dealer, they're gonna replace them with another stock set of ball joints. I am not used to having a vehicle that has warranty. I've never had a vehicle that has warranty. So I didn't know, and I didn't think that it was gonna screw me on the warranty and on the fact that they wouldn't help me with the issue after. So I went and I changed them. And the reason I like doing my own work, and I like and I don't like taking my vehicle places and giving the keys to people to work on it, is because I don't trust them, and not because I don't trust people to turn wrenches. Anybody can go and change parts and install ball joints and install whatever. It's not the mechanical side. Anybody can learn to do the mechanical side. It's how they treat your vehicle. And today is perfect proof of that. So I found a new scratch on my door, on my passenger door on that side, and I found a new scratch on my bed. And I had 0 scratches yesterday because I'm very anal about this vehicle. The most expensive vehicle I've ever purchased before this was $6,000. This is $80,000. I was finally able to purchase my dream vehicle, and I purchased it. It's been a nightmare ever since, let me tell you guys. So I'm very anal about it. I take care of it, I clean it, I detail it. Like, I don't even wipe this thing down. When I go to wash this thing, I will actually blow it with a leaf blower that I bought specifically just for this. Just so I don't have to wipe it with cloths, and I don't rub it, and I don't scratch it, and I don't create swirl marks. Because if it's brand new and the paint is brand new, let's keep it that way. So they not only dirtied the inside, which I cleaned. I'll show you guys a picture quick on the screen. So they stained my seats. I cleaned the seats myself. There was some kind of funky residue all over my door, which I couldn't really get off. At first, I really had to get some stuff and like spray it down and get it off, and I got it off. And there was a few scratches on this side. The one on the door, I kind of got off, and the one on the bed is still there, and it's actually pretty deep. Let me show you guys. So the one on the door, you can still sort of see. It's right there above my finger. So there is a scratch right there. You can still see it. That was not there yesterday. That was not there this morning. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but there is a scratch there. This one isn't as bad. I can buff this one out myself. Like, you can hear it and your nail catches it a bit. So it's definitely there. And this one is a lot deeper. You can actually see this one. It probably went through to at least the primer layer, because yeah, good times. So basically, I have 2 scratches that I never had before, and I have taken this thing off-roading and I never got any scratches on it because I've checked it. And so yeah, beautiful. Take it to the dealer once, you get some scratches. And I also had a bunch of dirt, which you can still see some of it here. I tried to clean some of it off, but there's a bunch of dirt. There was like, basically somebody was getting in and they kicked the seat, or they were getting out and they kicked the seat. So yeah, there was a bunch of dirt there. Shifter was all covered in crap, and the door over there was all covered in crap. This door still has some residue of something on there, which I didn't even notice earlier. I didn't wipe down. But like, I'm telling you guys, like, I keep this thing clean. Like, if you look at my Jeep, yeah, the floor, okay, people have sat in the back, but like, I keep it clean. Like, this thing is probably cleaner than the showroom vehicles. And like, that's not even a lie. Like, there's no dust in here. There's like, it's mint. And that kind of stuff pisses me off. Like, you take it to a dealer where they only work on new vehicles, and you would think they would put something over the seat, or they would at least wipe the stuff that they do or that they create, and nope, nobody gives a crap. So that's one of the reasons why I did not want to take it to the dealer, and I am not happy about taking it back to the dealer. But they said they're going to order me the parts, and they are going to get it all fixed up, and hopefully they're going to get rid of that noise. So yeah, let's do it. Let's bite the bullet. Let's pay for it, and let's get it done. And yeah, guys, when it rains, it pours. Not only am I putting an engine in the TJ, I'm basically spending more to do the ball joints on this thing than I am for the entire engine job and engine on the TJ. Let that sink in. So let's hope this is the last time we have to take it to the dealer. Let's hope this is our last experience with this. But at least now we will reinstate our warranty, and we'll have our warranty back, because they basically told me, like, if I don't want to do it, then they're gonna have to mark down that my vehicle does not have warranty under the front suspension any longer, which is whatever. I'm gonna change the suspension out anyway. But if it's clicking, I can't, in good faith, like, I can't go and do more mods and put bigger tires on it if I think something's wrong with it. So wish me guys luck. I'm gonna send it back there and we're gonna do it. Today's Wednesday, they're gonna do it on Friday. So I'll catch up with you guys when I pick it back up and we'll see what happens. And as far as the damage goes, I'm not letting them touch this vehicle any more than they have to. I'm gonna mention it to them, I'm gonna show it to them. Hopefully I can take it somewhere and bring them a bill. But at the end of the day, I can fix all of this myself better than anything that I'm gonna let them touch. Let them do the ball joints and let them fix the click, and I never wanna see a dealer again. So guys, it is the 4th day of taking the Jeep to the dealer. And yes, I said 4th. The 3rd day, they told me to come back because they had to order the ball joints. I went back and they told me, oh, you should have came in the morning. Well, I showed up at 10 a.m. Apparently 10 a.m. isn't in the morning for them. So they told me, yeah, come back in the morning and we'll be able to do it for you because the alignment rack is full. Even though alignments don't take more than an hour, but whatever. So I went back today on Monday. So this is like the 3rd week that we're dealing with this at the dealer. So yeah, we went back, and the last time that I went, that they told me, so when I was picking it up from the 2nd time to the 3rd time, they scratched my vehicle in 2 different places, and they also stained my seats. I have a picture of the seats. I got a couple pictures of the scratches. I also basically cleaned everything myself and took care of it myself because I didn't want them to start touching the paint and doing things, because you don't get in a car accident and give your keys to the guy who hit you and go fix it and call me when you're done. No, you go and take care of that shit yourself, because obviously that person cannot be trusted. It's the same kind of thing. I left it at the dealer, they scratched it and stained it. I'm not gonna give it to them and be like, yeah, fix this. No, you guys already made your mistakes, you had your shot. But regardless, so we got scratches, we got stains, and now we have our ball joints in. So the ball joints are in, they're finally installed, and we're ready to pick it up. The guy goes, oh, I installed the ball joints and it still clicked. But then I took it back in the shop and I tightened up your sway bar link and it stopped clicking. So I think it was just a sway bar link. So what you're telling me is when I first brought it in, you guys checked it over, looked at the ball joints that I changed and went, oh, it has to be that. Let's not even look. So I guess they didn't even look because they changed the ball joints and the click was still there. And then they tell me it's the sway bar link. So at the end of the day, I know I've checked the sway bar link myself multiple times. I'm not an idiot. I know how to check underneath there. I've literally tightened everything. So I highly doubt it's the sway bar link, because going over bumps, you would not hear it. Going over bumps straight, you would not hear it. You would only hear it when you're turning the wheel, and you wouldn't even have to go over a bump. You would just have to crank the wheel. So I don't think it's the sway bar link. If it is, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not even gonna really know if it was or it wasn't, because the guy's telling me he put the ball joints in and it still clicked. And then now he's telling me that it's a sway bar link, which I know I checked. Whatever. Let's go pick the Jeep up, let's go for a drive, and let's hope that this is all done. So far so good. Doesn't make any noise, so we'll see. Thanks for the ride, bro.
See you later.
Have a good game. Link me after.
I'll see you later.
Well, guys, let's hope this guy doesn't back up into me, but as you guys just heard, we got the Gladiator back, and from what I can tell so far, it's not making any noise. It was 2,900 bucks. It was like 1,300 bucks in parts. The sleeves, like the little sleeves, they charge you $167 for the sleeves. They charged me $499 for a set of 2 ball joints, and I needed 4, so it was $1,335.30 in parts. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So we got the parts in, we got the ball joints in. I called the guy and he goes, we did the ball joints and it still clicks. I go, oh yeah, really? And he goes, but then our tech brought it back in and he said that he found that the sway bar link was loose, so we're gonna take it for another test drive. So as you guys hear, as you guys hear from me, it's not clicking. And they told me it wasn't gonna click, and it's not. But I highly doubt it was the sway bar link, because I've checked that sway bar link, I've checked every nut under there. And if you're telling me it's the sway bar link, then should you have not told me that before you told me that the noise was coming from the ball joints? Regardless, now we have our warranty again, now we have everything, now everything is as it should be. And yeah, I guess I'll update you if anything changes, but I'm gonna keep driving it now, and we'll get home and we'll see if it makes any noise. The true test will be going through that underground, because that's where I heard most of the actual clicking, is doing all the maneuvering and turning and getting into my spot. So once I get home, I'll give you guys an update and we'll see what she sounds like. Well, I made it back, got her in the underground, and no noises. So I'm happy to report that I still don't know what the cause of the noise was, because they told me that after they changed the ball joint, it still made the noise. But at the same time, I checked all the sway bar links. I've checked everything. Like the sway bar links was like the first thing I checked, and I've also checked them like 10 times. So at the end of the day, I honestly don't know, because every time I go there, it's some kind of story with these guys. I really don't believe anything that they tell me at the dealership. Out of the 4 times I was there, I asked for the shuttle 3 times. Shuttle was never available. It says right here, complimentary Wi-Fi, coffee, and shuttle service. No, it sounds like a great time, but no. So honestly, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that the noise is gone and I do have the warranty. And the reason that I paid this much to get the warranty back is because I'm going to be putting in a lift, bigger tires, and stuff like that. And if it clicks right now, I don't feel comfortable doing a lift and bigger tires and having it get worse or progress or continue. And at that point, if I take it to them with all of those mods, then it's kind of going to be like, oh, well, it's because of all these mods. But if I have a track record that it's still stock and it still makes that noise, then at least I have a track record that it wasn't my fault and things that I put on, because it's still stock, like it should be good. Regardless, it's done. I'm sharing this video with you guys because hopefully it can help you in your journey to solve your clicking. I've heard all kinds of people tell me all kinds of things, that it was their ball joints. I've had people tell me that it was the sway bar link. I've had people tell me that it was the FAD, like the front axle disconnect. I've had people tell me it was their axle shafts. Like anything that you can think of, people have said that that was their issue. This is what I went through. This is what I had to experience. Hopefully I can save you guys some money, so don't go changing parts out before taking it to the dealer. Personally, this is my first vehicle that I've ever had with warranty, so I didn't know any better, and now I do, and I learned the hard way, and it was an expensive lesson. And definitely I will remember this lesson and not work on anything that I hear or find until I see them first, because at the end of the day, they're not going to do anything for me if I touched it first. So that's the moral of the story. Take it to them, bite the bullet, and let them scratch your truck, let them stain your seat, and let them find out what the noise is, because in the end, what other choice do you have? But no, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully it was somewhat useful, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please jump down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I do have more videos coming your way, and I think we might be taking this thing out this weekend, because all the trails are opening up this weekend, and I don't have an engine in the TJ yet. I'm still waiting to get that in there. I found the engine. I'm just waiting for the guy to be available to do it. He had a little bit of a hiccup, something happened, whatever. Things happen, but hopefully we will get that in there soon, but I don't think I'll get it in there by this weekend. But we've got a Jeep. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one. And until then, guys, ride safe out there. Peace.